All right, folks, welcome back to Desert2GardenLV. This is the spring tour for 2026. I broke out the 8K setting on the video, and I got the gimbal in effect, so you guys should be stable. We do a little walk around, show you what's going on in this unique extra hot week here in March. Normally I don't think we would be hitting 100 degrees yet, but it's already 85 here at 10 o'clock this morning, and we're looking for 90 already, and maybe 100 later this week. So here we go on the tour. A few baby plants still hanging out in the shade house there, waiting to go in. There's our Shiro plum. Been topped off real good, but just growing like crazy. Plenty of little flowers in there. The lemon guava back here that gives little fruits every 3 years or so. Haven't seen any from about 2 years, so maybe this is the year for it. Santa Rosa plum, I didn't top it that much. I just took out some big branches in the fall, but it's looking real good. All the flowers already went off of it, and you can see in there a few little fruits forming. Another guava I put in, strawberry guava down there to replace a dead apple tree, ghost apple, that didn't make it. The Vernon sapote is getting extra tall. Even had to tie it up over here to the Mirabelle plum tree, which never fails to grow another 10 feet every year. I had to cut 2 more branches that were hanging over the fence this fall, but we'll see how that goes again. The tropical guava actually survived a lot of the winter, but doesn't look so good now. We'll see what it does here as spring comes on. Pineapple guava, which we took out last year, is now a new baby plant here, so we'll see how that goes. Some mint and Chinese chives in the little pots here. The grapes starting to pop out some leaves up there on the top. And a little catnip down there. More chives. Some white sage. A little rosemary. And a chast tree or something that grows through there. And those are goji berries that have made it all the way over there from the goji berries that are back in there. There's some Concord grape leaves popping out. Love to see how those look when they first come out. The other side of the goji berries here, still in the shade. My calamansi that I put in doesn't look like it made it through the winter. The leaves are pretty yellow, but there are a few little growths there on the top, so I'm holding out hope that it might come back. Bear slimes, little short guys down there. Looks like it may have sprouted a big piece of root stock coming up here this year, but we still get limes. You can even see a few of them there on the ground. The mandarin, clementine, tangelo, whatever people want to call it, putting out flowers, looking good. This guy is the healthiest citrus we got, growing way up there. I didn't top that one off this year. Artichokes, which are my favorite little guys to grow here early in the spring. Another one over there. They worked out good to shade the bottom of the citrus. And right back in here is my Shiranui. It's a little hard to see there. The Sumo orange, it made it through winter. I had cold protection on it, and looks like it's doing great. Even some new leaves there on the top. See how that goes in its first summer. Should be good. I hope we get some fruits out of that in a couple of years. Valencia orange here that's never given me a single Valencia orange. The blood orange here, which I got a few off of last year. It doesn't have any flowers this year. I'm not expecting any fruits, but when it does, they're really good. And the other mandarin clementine here, putting on lots of flowers. A few even growing up there at the top, a lot of new leaves. And my Meyer lemon, not looking so happy because it grows in this corner and it just gets wind blown to all hell all winter long and the leaves rip off. But we'll see how it goes. It usually comes back pretty good. This is mangosteen that I put in last year and protected over the winter, and it seems to be surviving. We'll see how it does for its first summer. The berry patch back here, 3 different berries from different spots in Home Depot and Star Nursery, and these little guys that I got from the order when I put in for that mangosteen. See how those make berries this year. I will not disparage my gold-kissed apricot because people like it. I don't, but maybe we'll get some apricots off there. Maybe I'll dry them out this year. Who knows? Bird bath nice and cleaned out, ready for the bees and the birds. Cotton candy apium. A lot of little baby fruits on there. Really started to like these because we love the Flavor Delight as well. This is a bit weird though on these leaves, new leaves coming out here on these little short branches on the top where I trimmed. All of them seem to have like a little curl on them, which doesn't seem like a good sign to me, but it could just be because it's early for it to pop out because the weather changed so fast, but I'm not sure. Had a few branches die off of this prideful peach last year, and I trimmed them all out, and everything seems to have popped out good this year. Got some peaches happening on there. August Pride, June Pride, May Pride, I think is the 3 that are left up from the 4 that were once there. A lot of flowers didn't make it though up there because of the cold snap. Look, there's a bumblebee trying to hang out. You don't see bumblebees flying around here that often. They're lonely. I mean, solo bees. These are the eBay strawberries that I put in 2 years ago, and they made it through the winter. They're popping out some flowers there. And Royal Crimson Cherry, which I got when this was just a numbered tree, and we ate a few cherries off of it last year. And you can see there are some flowers on there. So maybe we eat some more cherries off the Royal Crimson. That would be great. And Satsuma Plum, which they're not that great, but that is the pollinator for my Santa Rosa back there in the corner. That's one of our favorite plums. So this guy gets to keep growing. Early on in the season, it always has this weird yellowish veiny leaves. Looks kind of cool actually to me, and I thought it was a problem for years, but they just green up eventually. It's just like the start of the season, the way it looks. This is the one I forget every time, Arctic something. Snow Queen Nectarine. This is 3rd year on that now, I believe. And it's starting to put out a few more branches. Hopefully we be eating some fruits off of that one of these days. And everybody's favorite, the Flavor Delight apium, my most perfectly trimmed, perfectly shaped tree that puts out the greatest fruits. They're the earliest ones too, so see them in there. They're already popping out, and get that in there in the shade. It's hard to look. Eating those before you know it. Back up and get a few more view of that. And a couple more cherries over here, Bing and Rainier, and they grow strangely, and they're not supposed to grow here in Las Vegas, but this is year 5, I think, on those, year 4. I'm really bad at remembering all this. I've been doing this for 10 years, and it doesn't really matter to me how long they've been here at this point, but I like to say something in the video to talk about them. I ate Bing and Rainier cherries last year. Not a lot, but we ate them right here in Las Vegas. Love to see it. A few sprouts coming off the bottom rootstock there, which is a little weird, but we'll see how it does this year. I'm sure I'll eat a few cherries off those. And this is the in-between year on the brown turkey fig. I always chop the top off and, keep it short, because a fig tree will get you 40 feet tall here in Las Vegas. This is probably 13-year-old fig tree at this point. You can see the size of that trunk. I had it for 3 years in an apartment before I came here, and always gives off figs. These figs here will hopefully ripen up, but they're actually the shoulder season figs that popped out because of the weird season change that snapped on us. I love saying this, black goji berry. It looks cool. It's got a lot of thorns. Never given me a single goji berry, but don't have anything else to put in there, so cool little plant. And now we look over the whole garden. You can see a lot of plants still in there. Kale, parsley, a couple kinds of kale, some broccoli, cabbage, stuff that's still hanging out in there because the season popped so quick. I'm leaving the stuff to go to flower for the bees like I always do, but you know, we've been eating some kale and some cabbage as well still, and it's just a weird change because it changed so fast. But I got everything planted out. See some Japanese cucumbers there on the end, a bunch of different kinds of rainbow peppers and other peppers that I got going here, and walk on down. And, some tomatoes. I did a thing this year where I'm putting all the tomatoes down the middle. I used to stagger them back and forth, but I'm just trying it with them all down the middle and see how that works. A couple of watermelons in there. What is that one called? Sugar Baby. See if we get a big watermelon. Most of my watermelons that have worked have come from seed, but I found these. There's a Crimson Sweet as well from Star Nursery. Put those babies in. Some kale going to seed for you, and that's bok choy that went to seed. Some bees hanging out in there, loving the flowers. That's how I get them to come in here and pollinate all the fruit trees. They eat all those pollen from the brassicas that usually are long since flowered at this point. Some Hale's Best there, and I think that's a Armenian cucumber there. Some Madhu Ras that I put in from seed under these little shades because it's been going to be 100. I don't want those little babies to get cooked. And once again, I found some tomatillos at, okay, back at it. Like I was saying, tomatillos I found at Star Nursery. Apparently 8K video fills up a lot of space on your phone, so I had a little overheat cutout there. Not surprised. Anyway, this is the end. There's some tomatillos there. Some more. That's sorrel going to flower. A few more peppers over here. A tomato on the end. You can see all my strawberries survived the winter. There's even a lot of flowers in there. We'll be eating some strawberries soon. I love to see it. And the pomegranates, mostly that I just grow to cover the wall of my house so that the sun doesn't beat down on this side and heat everything up. Works really good. I trim them back this year in the front so they don't hang out over the walkway, but nice shade, and the arils are real good when you freeze them up and put them in a smoothie or something, juice them out. Anyway, enough talking. This is Desert2GardenLV 2026 spring tour. I really appreciate everybody still hanging in there after 10 years watching my videos, and I'd love to make more and have more time to do this. We need about 160 more subscribers or so, so feel free to go and subscribe to my YouTube. It's free, and if we can get over 1,000, they will monetize me, so I could do more content and maybe make some money off this. As it is in this economy, spending time from doing stuff for free is not the best opportunity. I hope everybody has a good spring and get your garden going. Thanks for watching.